You found it. Your home for the best content on your favorite team, the Fighting Tigers of LSU. Do us a favor. Subscribe to the channel. Leave your comments below. Be sure to smash that like button. Not looking forward to LSU and Alabama this weekend. Told you yesterday, I don't want to talk about this game much. It's a 28-point spread. It'll probably grow as the week goes along. There's not a whole lot of reason to think that LSU will keep this competitive. Yes, if we all want to be super purple and gold sunglasses, rah-rah, sunshine pumper, we could talk about LSU being a 23-point underdog last year in Gainesville and beating Florida, and that absolutely happened. This feels like a much different challenge for this football team that is going into this game severely undermanned, as they were a year ago in Gainesville, but a much bigger challenge with this Alabama team right now, which is averaging 46 points per game, which is one of the best passing offenses in college football. And as we learned from Coach O on his Monday press conference, or during his Monday press conference, that LSU is going to be even thinner on the defensive side of the ball than we thought.
Chase Hines is going to be back. Devontae Lee is going to be back. The guys that I know for sure are not going to be back is Sage Ryan. I don't think he's going to be available this week. Bo told me this morning he's out. We're still waiting for Cordell Flott to get better. We think he will, but he won't be practicing today or tomorrow. Hopefully he can practice Wednesday.
So I want to give you a quick sort of refresher on the secondary for LSU. You know Stingley and Ricks are out. So Stingley and Ricks being out, your outside cornerbacks are Dwight McGlothern and had been Cordell Flott. They moved Flott from nickel to the outside. Sage Ryan stepped in at that nickel safety kind of role and had been playing pretty well. Started there the last two games. Well, now Cordell Flott, question mark, Sage Ryan out. So who plays nickel? I mean, this was going to be a massive challenge regardless. Like, if you had Stingley and Ricks and Flott and Sage Ryan and Ali Gay and Andre Anthony and Joseph Evans, even if you had all of those guys, it was going to be a massive challenge. Now, it doesn't even seem plausible that you'd be competitive defensively in this game. Ed Orgeron did talk about who they count on in the defensive secondary.
Cam has done a good job for us. He stepped up. Jay Ward's a very multiple guy. Ray Darius Jones got to step up. Darren Evans got to step up. Those guys there have done a good job for us. Todd Harris. Hopefully Todd Harris is healthy. He can play. We haven't got much playing time out of him because of injuries this year. All those guys got to step up.
And Todd Harris has been snake-bitten during his career. Obviously started his career so well and was a starter on that 2019 team before he was injured early in the season, which cost him the rest of that championship year. And I think we all really like Jay Ward, but he's been in and out of the lineup due to injuries. We know Major Burns is out as well. So, I mean, the guys who you were counting on to be starters in this secondary just aren't there. So when Ed Orgeron going into Alabama is telling you got to count on guys like Radarius Jones and Darren Evans, I mean, I don't know how you have confidence in that. It's not to knock those young men. It's not saying that they don't try hard and they're not doing the best they can. But the big difference that you have in college football as compared to the NFL is, in the NFL, if guys can't do it, you go find professional players that can. In college, your roster is your roster. So sometimes you're just going to run up against guys that are just flat better than you. And this is one of those weeks. LSU made Darren Evans a grad transfer a year ago when it looked like they were going to be thin on numbers in the secondary, and committed an initial 25 spot to him, but it was pretty clear in that opener against Mississippi State a year ago in Baton Rouge that he probably wasn't really up to speed at this level. It was a little bit too big of a jump for him in the SEC. And this weekend, you're probably going to have to rely on him heavily at Alabama, which is just not a great matchup. And then let's also remember that while Damon Clark has been incredible this year, you saw Micah Baskerville go down with injury in the last game against Ole Miss. So, how healthy is Baskerville? Is he able to play? And then remember also, Mike Jones had an up and down year, and Bug Strong transferred out. So what do they do at linebacker now with Bug Strong being transferred? Where do they find that depth?
Great, man. Greg Penn's a freshman. I think he's a very talented freshman. We're looking at him to play there, and he's the next guy up.
So Greg Penn is a freshman. I mean, you're talking about relying on a freshman in Greg Penn and grad transfer in Darren Evans and guys that just haven't been really big contributors on this team to try to go slow down the best offense you'll play all year. The one guy that will be there, who's been awesome all year, is Damon Clark. And congrats are out, in order for Damon Clark. He's been named a semifinalist for the Butkus Award, which goes, of course, to the best linebacker in college football. It's an award that Devin White won in 2018, his final year in Baton Rouge. And my feeling is Damon Clark, not only should he be a semifinalist, he should be a finalist for the award. And if he plays the final 4 games the way he's played the first 8, he should win this award. Now, I don't think he will win the award because, like we talk about, typically national awards, you have to campaign for those. And typically they go to the best player at that position on the best team or a guy who's most notable. And unfortunately for Damon Clark, he's playing on a defense that's been pretty terrible the last 2 years, and really his breakout has only come this year. But I have no doubt Damon Clark's going to go out there against Alabama, give it his all, come away with double-digit tackles, keep this pace that he's kept all year, and continue to make himself an awful lot of money as he heads toward the next level after this season. The one other thing, and we did touch on this a bit, Ed Orgeron did announce that Trey Bradford is finally eligible and has been eligible, actually. He's just been battling a little bit of an injury. But Orgeron was asked about the importance of the running game against Alabama this weekend.
We have to run the football. We have to be very solid in the run game. Ty Davis, we get Bradford back. Armani Governor's going to be back. Corey Connor's going to be back. We'll need all 4 of them to play. And we need to rotate those guys and keep them fresh. We have to be 50-50. We can't get one dimension on this team.
The one thing I'll tell you with respect to Bradford that's at least interesting. Remember, Trey Bradford was here. He signed with LSU in the 2010 class, played as a freshman in 2010 at LSU, left, went to Oklahoma, enrolled there, was practicing, never played for Oklahoma, transferred back to LSU, had to regain his eligibility. He has battled a little bit of a hamstring injury, and now is good to go. Bradford is a guy that actually did flex out at the receiver spots. Not only is he got some wiggle to him, but he can also play receiver spots. If you're looking for a back to help in the pass-catching game, Trey Bradford could be that guy this week. I don't know that it's going to matter as far as the end result, but I am at least intrigued to see what dimension Bradford might be able to bring this weekend in Tuscaloosa. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact, and be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.